Hi guys, so I have been studying here for a minute and I decided I kind of need a break. I feel like I'm just getting a little like distracted or like unmotivated. I'm not really like doing much for myself right now. Also, I got distracted and started playing with my glasses because I don't know if you guys noticed, but I was wearing like the regular clear bases and then I decided to put the little tortoise ones on because they are just like so cute. I don't know, they make me feel so productive. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm studying for APUSH, which if you don't know is AP US History. I have my final this week, 2 other tests for the class, and then my AP test next week. And this class is like hard. So just to give you guys a little overview of something that I've done for this class that I feel like would be very helpful for other classes as well, at least for my way of like grasping content, because this is a fully content-based class. Also, I took AP European History last year and I did a similar study method and I got a 5 on that test. So I'm gonna try and get another 5 on this one. But anyways, what I did is on Google Slides, I basically made a slideshow of all the different time periods, aka units of this like class. I'm gonna be so real, all I did was Google like period timelines for APUSH, something like that, and I followed what someone had already made, but I turned it into my own timeline. Like the one I found online was just like a list, but I made like an actual timeline with like the years and then an important event or whatever, or like idea that happened in that year. And what I'm doing for each time period is I'm going through my notes that I took like throughout the year and kind of piecing all the information together to make like a more condensed timeline of everything that happened from my notes, if that makes sense. Because my notes obviously are in order of what we studied, so I just kind of go through it. Anything that I have like underlined or like starred in my notes, or anything that I think is important, like court cases, wars, acts that got passed, like stuff like that, or like people, I'll put down in my timeline. Also for the little periods, I put like the years that outline the periods and then the events that kind of establish like the beginning and the end of the period, just so I kind of have an idea of like what's in the period, because there's so much happening. So here is period 1. This timeline was super short. It's a very small period. And then I have period 2. This one's a little longer. I think it's 2 pages. Actually, no, 3 pages. Also, period 3 is when the United States started to have like presidents. So starting with period 3, I also listed the presidents that are in that period and their political party and their terms of service, because I need to know all of our presidents, their terms of service and political parties for an upcoming test as well. So I put that in here. For example, for period 4, there's more presidents, so I put those there. And then I don't know if you noticed, for each period I also picked different like colors to kind of take notes and annotate with, just to make it easier to like see the difference between my different periods and my notes, and to make it more fun. There are 9 total time periods, and I've been kind of making like goals throughout the week. So my goal to finish by the end of the day today is period 7. Period 7 is one of the biggest periods, so I did this page. I don't know how much you guys can see, but there's so much in there. So I did that page, and then I'm almost done with this one, and then there's one more for period 7, but there's just so much to process, and I'm at the point in my notes where I just finished like a chapter. So I figured this would be a good stopping point to take a break, and I actually made a little target order earlier just for a few things I need to pick up, and the target order is ready. So I figured this would be the perfect opportunity to take a little break, go pick up that target order, maybe get some Starbucks, and then come back and lock in and finish. Hi guys, so I wanted to quickly pop in and talk to you guys about today's video sponsor, which is Pair Eyewear. Thank you so much to Pair Eyewear for sponsoring today's video. Pair is an online eyewear company, and they make it so easy and so much more affordable to purchase a pair of glasses. And along with that, they have this little like base frame and top frame system, which allows you to customize your glasses without having to buy like a ton of new pairs. So let me show you guys what I mean. We have my base pair. I picked the Reese base frame in the color Crystal Clear, and this is what they look like. They are the cutest things ever. I mean, just look at them. I personally do not have any like prescription in my glasses, so I got the blue light lens, if that makes sense, and I personally love the look of the clear frame. But like I was saying before, the cool thing about Pair is that you can actually buy additional top frames that basically look like you have a whole new pair of glasses without having to buy a whole new pair of glasses. The first one I have is this like tortoise pattern. I love the look of the tortoise pattern, and look how easy this is. Literally a single click, they're on, and it looks like I have a whole new pair of glasses. And the other top frame I got is this simple black color. Once again, you just put it on there, let it click on, and there you go. And then they did also send me a sunglasses top frame. I picked the Brush Rose Sun Top, which is this like darkish purplish color sunglasses top. Just put it on there, let the magnets click, and look at that. I literally have a pair of sunglasses now. The actual process for ordering these is so easy. Basically, you go to their website and you look at their base frames first, and what's fun about that is there's a virtual try-on option, so you can literally click on any of them and see how they look on your face before you order them. And after you pick your base pair, you can go onto all of the little add-ons and look at all the different options. Also, they have such high quality glasses and frames, and they're so much more affordable and easy to purchase than if you were to go in store and buy them. If you guys want 15% off of your purchase, feel free to use this code right here or click the link in my description. Thank you again to Pair Eyewear for sponsoring today's video. I would highly suggest you guys go check out their website. There is something on there for everyone. Make sure to go check out my link in the description down below. And without further ado, let's get back to the video. Okay, quick little haul. First, we got a strawberry acai lemonade. Per usual, my favorite drink, especially because it feels so much like summer right now. And then I also got a chocolate... Oh, okay, well I ordered a chocolate cake pop, but they ended up giving me 2 cake pops, one of which is their little like bullseye one, and the other one is the birthday cake one, which is the actual one that I wanted, but it said it was out of stock, so that's fun. And then for my actual like order, I got 2 little gift bags. This one is for my friend Avery. Her birthday's tomorrow, so I'm packaging up her gift tonight. And then this one is for Kyle because our 6th month is tomorrow, so I'm also packaging his gift tonight. And then I also got a big pack of just like white tissue paper. But yeah, that's everything that I ordered. Okay, so I wanted to include a section of today's video where I just give you guys my top study tips like in general. Make sure to remember these may not work for everyone and everything depends on like personal preference. So obviously what works for me may not work for you, but there are so many ways you can like do things and like study that can work for you. So kind of just figuring out what works best for you and your study habits will be your key to success. But my first tip is to be in a good environment. And by that I mean find a good place to study that works best for you. That can mean many different things for everyone. So for me personally, I like to be in a study environment that's quiet, more isolated, not super busy, and just like cozy. Like I said, that totally depends on you. So for me personally, the places that work best are here, like at my desk in my room, either Starbucks or like Panera, and then also sometimes my like kitchen counter in my kitchen. But that kind of just depends on like what's happening around me. Like I don't like when there's like a ton of sound or just people walking around, all that kind of stuff. So that depends on the day. But to go along with that, I would also recommend to switch up your studying environment every once in a while, because obviously if you're studying in the same place every single day, your body and your brain is gonna get tired of going there, and every time you go there, you're gonna feel like less motivated to study, if that makes sense. So by switching up your environment, it makes you have something, I guess, to look forward to and a new just like outlook on everything. I don't know if that makes sense. For example, like some days I'll study here in my room, some days I'll actually go out to study like at a cafe. My next tip is to have no distractions, specifically your phone. I think we all know our phone is like our biggest enemy when it comes to studying, because there's always something better we could be doing on our phones, and I can totally relate to that. There have been so many times where I've been studying and at a random time I'll pick up my phone and go on TikTok or do something like that. So by eliminating your main distraction or any other distractions, you'll be much more successful with studying. Hold on, my camera battery's gonna die. I need to change it. Okay, so back to what I was saying. Basically, if you eliminate your distractions, you will be so much more successful. This can be done in different ways. For me, it's important to have my phone on me because there are some like resources and stuff that I have on here. Also, if I need to like communicate with people, stuff like that. So I do like to still have my phone near, but usually I'll put it on do not disturb. Definitely turn off the ringer, and then I also keep it face down on my table so that if a notification pops up, I don't like get distracted by it. But I know what works for a lot of other people is to put your phone in just a completely different room or space, whether that be putting it in your bag so it's not like out, putting it in a different room, throwing it on your bed while you're studying at your desk, anything like that. Just do something to eliminate the distraction. My third tip is to stay hydrated and have plenty of snacks snacks and food. Obviously studying can be a lot of work and that takes a lot of energy out of your brain. So staying hydrated and staying like fed, I guess, is a great way to keep yourself like in the studying mood and also just to be more successful. Because I know for a fact when I'm like hungry or thirsty, I just do not perform as well as when I'm not hungry or thirsty. I always keep a drink on me, whether that be my water bottle, Starbucks, or just like a drink from wherever I'm at. And then when I go out to study, I prefer to go to like Starbucks or Panera or like somewhere where I can have food. If I'm at home, usually I just have like a little snack nearby. Also, to go along with that, get enough sleep. I think that's the one thing that a lot of teenagers struggle with, is getting enough sleep, which is totally understandable, especially when there's a lot of studying happening for like tests and finals and stuff. But obviously when you're tired, you're not as motivated and you're not usually as productive. Also, I feel like it like messes with your brain and it just does not let your brain perform to its fullest capacity. So definitely make sure you're getting enough sleep. It doesn't have to be like a full 12 hours or anything, but just enough sleep at night to where you can actually be somewhat productive. And also taking naps. I know for me, like after school, I'm usually tired, so I'll take like maybe a 30-minute to 1 hour nap, have dinner, and then I'll get studying because I feel like I can just grind the most when I'm like fed and had a little nap. But that's personally where it works for me. Figure out a good like timing method for you. Some people can study for longer periods of time, whereas other people tend to lose focus after a little bit. So figuring out like the timing that your body works with is essential for hitting your maximum level of productivity. There are like methods that people use, like the Pomodoro method, I know, which is like a certain set of like timing increments that help time like your studying versus like breaks. Personally for me, I just kind of set little benchmarks, like when I'm sitting down to study, like, oh, I'll finish studying this unit, take a little break, and then study the next unit. Or like I'll study until this time, take a little break, and then study again until this time, like something like that. Because for me, it kind of depends on the day, like how focused I am and how long I can really sit at a desk and study for. So just kind of figuring out the timing that works best for you would be very beneficial. And then my last tip is just to take breaks. I know sometimes it feels like you do not have time for a break and you just need to like study, but you do not want to burn yourself out too quickly. So kind of going along with the last tip, kind of figuring out when your body needs breaks like the most will definitely be super helpful. But just making sure that you're making time. It doesn't have to be a long time, like literally like 5 minutes, but just enough time where you can step away from like what you're doing, maybe go on your phone for a little bit, take a walk like around somewhere, get a snack, like something like that, where you're not just like burning yourself out constantly. It also kind of gives you something to like work towards. Like for example, you could say like in 20 minutes I'm gonna take a break and go on TikTok, or in 20 minutes I'm gonna go get a snack, like stuff that can kind of, those things can kind of help you motivate and really make you like grind out what you're doing in the moment. But yeah, those are just some of my main overall tips for studying. Like I said, not everything works for everyone and it's really kind of up to you to figure out what works best for you.